Hello, my friends. This is Karina from KarinaWisdom.com with day 17. Can you believe there are only 83 days to go? Man, oh man, where did this time go? And how am I feeling, you might be wondering right now, considering you've listened to my commitment. It's very ballsy of me, but you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do to make it happen. And today I'm feeling very calm, very cool, and collected. You know, I've been super focused and taking laser targeted action because with such a ballsy commitment as I made yesterday, and if you're listening to this for the first time and you didn't listen to day 16, I advise you to go and check out day 16 and you'll hear exactly what commitment I made. And what I found is because of the timeline within which I've set this commitment to be accomplished or complete, I need to take laser targeted action. This is not time for me to add things that are unnecessary. This is time for me to break it down to the bare bones essential of what I need to do to get it done. Everything else can be added afterwards. But when you're building a value funnel, there are just basic things that you need. First, you need your squeeze page, which is what you're going to drive your traffic through. And then you need the high converting low ticket offer, which the traffic will hit after they opt in on your squeeze page. And a sequence of value emails within your funnel that will provide valuable information to the traffic that's flowing through your funnel. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, I made that no BS, kick butt, take no prisoner, mother of all that's badass commitment. And I'll admit that when I came up with this idea originally, there was just a little bit of fear and anxiety and a whole bunch of what the heck are you doing before I actually sat down and made the commitment. I had to take a couple of deep breaths, especially when I added that $50 giveaway. Now that it's done, I'm actually all cool, calm, level-headed, and taking focused, precise action. So the mission is to activate my value funnel within the next 5 days. I know, yikes. What are you going to do, Karina? I know. So phase 1 of the plan kicked into high gear today. And first of all, I watched the training that my coach provided on how to do this. Again, this is my third time around. And why would I watch it 3 times? Okay, let me put it this way. Dennis Kennedy says, and Dennis Kennedy is like one of the top marketers out there. Put it this way. If you want to hire Dan as a consultant for your business, you either have to go and see him, which is expensive in itself, especially if you have to fly your entire team, or you have to hire a private jet to bring him to you. And that's the kind of money that he commands in this space. And what Dan S. Kennedy says, that whenever you consume information, it takes you seeing that information, whether it be a book or video or an audio, it takes you contacting that information 7 to 21 times, 7 through to 21 times before you truly absorb it and it becomes yours and you live it and you breathe it. So this won't be the last time that I watch this training. So any training that you get and you know it's good training and you know that you are going to take it to the next step of applying the training, I advise you to watch it repeatedly because there are certain things that you might have missed. And when I say watch it repeatedly, I mean, the first 2 times I sat down and I really watched it, there were no other distractions. The third time I had it playing in the background. And even if it's playing in the background, like how you have a radio station playing in your background, you're still absorbing the information. So why solo ads? Well, solo ads is the fastest way to grow your list with highly targeted traffic. And it's also the fastest way to start generating cash, especially if you wanted to start making money yesterday. That's just the reality of it. Yes, blogging works. However, I'm accelerating my success to make sure that I achieve that goal of 5K or more in less than 100 days. So, of course, there are bills to be paid, and there's this awesome seminar that I'm going to be heading off to in about 6 weeks, and Mula needs to be around to help me have fun at this seminar. It's a Breakthrough to Success seminar with Jack Canfield. Super excited because it's my third time around going to this event. So with all of that in mind, there's really no delaying the funnel. And that's why I'm saying, how big is your why? How important is your why in pushing you forward to getting things done? In pushing you forward to make a no BS, kick butt, take no prisoner, mother of all that badass commitment. What is your why that would allow you to make that commitment and stick with it? Because having all of this information is awesome. The next step is learning it. After you've learned it, then apply it. And the key to really getting the maximum benefit out of whatever you have learned is, number one, either you teach it to someone else, or number two, you apply what you have learned within 24 hours of learning it, and it will stick. So I've given you two magic keys right there. As a result of me using solo ads to drive traffic to my value funnel, today was used to identify the best solo ad vendors. Now, I've done solo ads before for another offer, and apparently now I'm learning that I've been doing it the wrong way, because I went onto this awesome website called Fiverr.com and I purchased a bunch of solo ads, and I didn't do my due diligence, so who knew what quality traffic was I actually receiving? So after watching that video about solo ads from my coach and looking at the notes that I've taken over last week, I came up with a list of questions that I will ask each and every vendor as a process of elimination. Their response to that list was my deal breaker. Now, due to the short time within which I'm going to get this activated, as I mentioned before, a solo ad is when you pay a vendor to send an email to their list promoting your offer. And when they click on the link in that email, they will end up at your squeeze page, which is at the beginning of the funnel. There are several things that you need to determine whenever you're selecting a vendor, and I'm just going to gloss over them, and sometime in the near future, after I'm done with all my testing and everything, I'm going to put together a very nice training session teaching you how you too can make sure you're getting the best solo ads. The first thing I do is I tell my vendor that, hey, I'm going to be promoting this offer. Have you sent any emails in the last 2 weeks to your list for this offer? If you have sent any emails, how did that offer perform? What were the results that that person got? The third question is, are you offering top tier traffic? And what we mean is, we want the traffic that are really going to be the buyers. And let's face it, that's the US, the UK, Canada, New Zealand, Australia. So those 5 countries are considered top tier countries. What percentage of your traffic is top tier? You want it to be 70% or more. Just bear in mind that the more top tier countries you have in the traffic, it's the more money that you're going to spend per click. My next question is, which is very key to me, is, do you want me to write the email, or are you going to write the email? Because it's their list. They know what their list responds to. So I would really love it if they write the email. Then I gave the date that I want the traffic to show up, and I requested an estimated time when I can expect the traffic to hit. Because with solo ad traffic, they have to send the email and then they have to wait until their list responds. So they give like a period, like within 72 hours, you'll see people start clicking on your offer. So that's basically it. My process of, oh, and one last thing. I requested from my solo ad vendor if they can show me where I can opt into their list, because I want to see that they're actually sending out my ad. You know what I mean? So that's a deal breaker. If they're not able to tell me how I can get on their list, it's almost like they're hiding how they're getting their traffic. Now, if you have a reputable solo ad vendor, they have no issues showing you how to get on their list so that you can see your mailing going out. Before I got to that stage of selecting a vendor, I went to one source, and that is the Warrior Forum. And in the Warrior Forum, they have a section called Classified Ads, and I searched for solo ads and selected people from there. And one of the things that I did was I had a set of things in my mind that I wanted, which I already presented you pretty much in the questions that I asked them for further clarification. And also, I wanted to check out their reviews. Now, the people in the Warrior Forum, they don't hold back if they got bad service. So you can almost guarantee that whatever they write there is not one of those reviews that was paid for. They're being genuine. And then you can also recognize warriors that have been on the forum for years and they hold a certain status in. When they give a review, you can trust it. So read the reviews, do your due diligence, read the reviews, Google the vendor, check your information, and then you contact them with the list of things that I mentioned, and then you buy your ad that will go to your funnel. I know I said it was going to be a quick version, but that was kind of like a little bit long, so I'm going to be moving on. Now, the theme of the day, after you have gone through all of that and you're getting the traffic, is two things, and they start with T, the T&T method, testing and tracking. It's important that you test the traffic and you track the traffic so that you know that whatever you're offering is what appeals to this vendor's list. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm in that process of elimination, and then later on today I will be building my sales page, which is the first page that the traffic will see when they click on my link from this solo ad. Today's message has actually been inspired by a song written by Janice Stanfield. It's called If I Were Brave. And you can jump over to KarinaWisdom.com and look for day 17's post, and you'll see a video of the song. It's such an awesome song, and you'll understand why. Now, this is going to be a little bit different from any message that I've done before, and it probably might stir things up in you, because I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and I need you to really sit down and take this in and think about your answer. So, my first question is, what would you do today if you were brave? What would you do? What would you do differently if you were brave? What would you do if you knew you could not fail? How far would you go? What could you have achieved if you knew you could not fail? What would you ask if you knew you could have anything? And actually, what's so funny about that question was Steve Harvey, he runs this camp for young men. The whole purpose of the summer camp is to provide them with a father figure, a strong male role model in their lives. And he actually challenges them. He holds up $500 and he says, I will give you $500 if you can write 500 things you want. If you could have anything, and you can write a list right now of 500 things that you want, I'll give you $500. And in all the years that he has ran the camp, he has never been able to give the money away. So think about it. What would you ask if you knew you could have anything? And this is a powerful one. What if you refused to listen to the voice of fear? Are you brave enough to move ahead? Are you? What step would you take today because you are brave? I know I just gave you a lot to think about, and just by answering those questions, you'll realize how you have limited yourself in your life. And just thinking about what you can do is a limitation, along with when you think about what you can't do. Remember, you are capable of achieving anything you put your mind to. Just go out there, be brave, and get it done. You can click like to this video, and you can also click subscribe to my channel to ensure that you receive every single new video as soon as it's published. In the description below, you'll see the link to my website, KarinaWisdom.com. Just click on it and you'll head on over to my site. And for today, you'll see the did sheet and precise list of exactly what I have accomplished for today. While you're over there, just plug in your email address and click Give Me Access Now. And you will jump onto my list where you'll get the latest updates of whatever I am scheming or planning or doing or implementing. You know, you will get it hot off the press. Thank you, my friends, for watching this video. This is Karina from KarinaWisdom.com signing off. Boom.